not so hopeless wanderers, coming to you in front of our new camera, so every blemish, every pore, every imperfection, all for you guys today. So I was going to do another bit of a crossover video, kind of minimalism, kind of budgeting, and a little bit of almost naturalism. About a year and a half ago, RJ and I decided to start trying to take a slightly more natural approach to some of our just everyday products. So today I'm going to show you my Minimalist toiletry set, basically everything that it takes for me to get ready. I'd call it a beauty regimen, but it doesn't really have much to do with beauty, really. So I'll just dive right in and show you what I use every day. So the first item that we have here is coconut oil, cold pressed, pretty reasonably priced from Aldi's. I think it runs $5 a jar, and a jar will easily last usually at least 6 months, lasts for quite a while. And I use this for oil pulling. I've seen a lot of claims about, toxins and things like that, but honestly what I've noticed in terms of having used this for over a year now is my teeth just seem whiter. So I do oil pull every morning while I'm getting ready, first thing that I do. You're supposed to do it for 20 minutes. I'll usually do it anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes, however much time I have, usually while I'm getting ready, like while I'm showering or something like that. So that is our first item there. The next item that I have is our Castile soap, Kirk's Castile soap, because that's what Walmart carries. It is a little bit more expensive, this one. So this one's not exactly a budget-friendly item. It's not that it's not budget-friendly. For 3 bars, it usually costs maybe a little bit over $3. You can buy cheaper soap. I really like this because it's kind of the opposite of what a lot of people talk about in terms of toiletries and beauty regimens. Instead of being moisturizing, it's a bit drying, and I'm half Italian and already very, very oily, so I don't need any moisturizing. So I actually really like this. It's drying in just the right amount so that it helps with kind of body blemishes. So I don't need a fancy, medicated body wash or anything like that. I like this one here. And I like the smell of it. It's pretty nice. It's a coconut oil soap. So I really do like this one here. And then our next one is, so this one I've been, this deodorant here I've been using this is the second one that I've gotten. I had been looking for a while for a more natural deodorant. RJ had bought one and it didn't work for him. He really needed an antiperspirant. I had been using an antiperspirant and thought that was what I needed, and it turned out when I stopped using one, I didn't actually need an antiperspirant. So I used the deodorant that he was using, which was a very masculine deodorant, and it smelled very masculine. So once that was gone, because I wanted to use it up and not waste money, I found this one at the store. I really, really like this one, just by Arm & Hammer Essentials. Uses natural deodorizers, no aluminum, no parabens, and it uses baking soda and natural plant extracts to absorb and fight odor. I really, really like the smell of it. It smells really fresh and nice. And price-wise, it's actually really budget-friendly. It costs right about the same amount that I was spending on antiperspirant before. I think it's about $3. So I really, really like this one. It was not a hit to the budget at all. Very, very budget-friendly, and works really well. Works better than at fighting odor than the other stuff that we were using. I can't remember the name of it. Maybe I'll put a little thing up on the screen here with the name when I remember it. But this one works better at eliminating odors. This one lasts all day. It's great. Really, really like it. Next up, we have our tooth powder. So again, about a year, not quite a year and a half ago, last summer, we had been watching some videos of people that were just using more natural processes, and one of those was switching to tooth powder. So we gave it a try, and it's really weird at first, being that, number one, it's powder, although it does effervesce. It does, turn into foam really quickly, just like paste does. But the weird thing about it is that there is just a little bit of sodium. Well, they use baking soda, but there's just almost a bit of a saltiness to it until you start brushing with it, and then it goes away and the mint takes over. So that first few seconds is a little weird, but I've gotten really used to this one. We actually used the peppermint at first, and then one of the stores that carries it near us, I found this one, which is a fresh mint. So it's a little bit milder mint, but it's also good for tartar control, which is something that I really needed. So this one is a little bit more expensive. It's usually about $8 for a little bottle, but between the two of us, between RJ and I, just this little bottle will last almost half the year. We'll usually get at least 4, if not nearly 6 months out of it. So not too bad price-wise. The only downside to this one is sometimes it can be hard to find it in a store nearby. Sometimes you have to order it online. There are only a couple. There's a Green Planet store chain in a couple towns around us. Unfortunately, the one that's closest to us does not carry it, or rather they do, but only in weird flavors like lemon lime and stuff that I just can't handle. So we had to drive a little bit further. We try and know when to pick some up. But really, really like this one. Definitely great, keeps my teeth really nice and clean, and I like the flavor. And it's just a lot less, it doesn't have the sugars that toothpastes have to make them really palatable. So I feel like it's a lot better on my teeth and just works really well. So big fan of this one. Also, in terms of oral hygiene, this I cannot say enough good things about. I don't know how to say it. Dr. Tickner's, maybe? This we also get at Walmart, but you never really know which Walmart's going to carry it. And I was kind of surprised because the Walmart by my parents is a very suburban Walmart. It's a very heavily populated, densely populated suburban neighborhood. And, with that kind of, upper middle class area, I would have expected that they would have something more natural like this, and they don't. In our rural Walmart, they carry this. Very strange. But this one is not only really, really good for, more natural products, but super, super budget friendly. So this, if you can't tell, is a concentrate. And so this is the actual concentrate. We have another bottle that we mix it with water in. So it's actually mixed in with 5 parts water. So while this little bottle is, I believe it's $4, it'll actually make 96 ounces, which is, I think we figured it out to be like twice the size of the big pre-made bottle that we were getting of the store brand for, maybe $1 more. So great deal there, and it's super, super simple. It literally just has alcohol, peppermint oil, arnica, saccharum carbonate, and water. So really, really simple. Again, none of all the extra sugars to make them extra palatable, because again, I'm pretty sure sugar is not really good for your teeth. At least that's what we were told when we were kids. So it's not as sweet. It's pretty much just, a very rather intense peppermint flavor, but it is still really palatable, and works really, really well, and I really like it. So definitely a great price for a more natural product with fewer ingredients. So big fan of this one right here. One of the other things that I am currently using for my skincare is pretty straightforward. It's actually just aloe vera, and this one I actually got a long time ago at Walmart for sunburns, so I'm actually just working through it, but it's just a really simple 100% pure aloe vera gel, and I apply this to my face in the morning after I shower, and at night I rinse my face with water and then put this on it. And I really like it because it does moisturize, but not in like an oily and greasy kind of way. It actually always makes my skin feel not dried out, but just dry afterwards. So it kind of makes me feel like it's kind of cutting some of the oil. So I don't know if it actually is, but I do really like this for kind of helping cut back on some of my oil production. So I do apply aloe vera to my face twice a day. So that's this one here. And now a couple products, or rather one that I'm working through. I do still have a store brand acne treatment cream, and it's almost gone, and I'm really hoping that with the winter coming and with the drier air, I won't have to replace this. I'm hoping that just with my rinsing my face and using the aloe vera gel, I'm hoping that I can just ease my skin into not using this anymore. So I'll keep you guys posted. As of right now, I just use this to spot treat at night. So hopefully there's really hardly anything left in here. So hopefully when it's completely empty, I can just eliminate this altogether. In terms of my makeup collection, I've mentioned this before. This is the entire thing. It's just a simple eyeliner pen. I use a black brown, the darkest brown that I can get. I just prefer the ones that you twist up instead of sharpening. Nothing really special other than I found this one at Dollar General for only $1, and that's what I was looking for. I was looking for one that's soft because I had some hard ones that were really hard to get on my eye. I had to like press really hard. So I was looking for a softer one that was cheap because I couldn't justify spending a lot of money on makeup anymore. So I found this one for just $1 at Dollar General, and it's soft and it's dark brown and it's perfect. So that is the extent of my makeup. And then the last thing I have is one of my absolute necessities. I am very prone to chapped lips. So I get it from my dad. Thanks, Dad. So he and I have actually the same chapstick, or Blistex I should say, because chapstick is a brand. The same Blistex, and I put it on at least every morning before I go out and every night before bed. Sometimes in between if I'm feeling particularly dry. I'm sorry, the cats are fighting in the background. Very rude. So that's everything. This one I actually am handing down to Gav. He's got an extra one of these because he gets chapped lips now too, but especially in the winter. So we are big users of Blistex. So multiple times a day for this one. So that's everything. It looks like it ends up being about 9 items altogether when you include, you know, the whole process, showering and oral health and makeup, everything all together. So pretty minimal, pretty simple, great for traveling. That's kind of my goal, is to have the least amount of items possible. Makes it so much easier to travel, and it's also budget friendly when you don't have to purchase as many things, when you just keep it as simple as possible. And it does allow for a little bit of splurging on a certain you know, a few of the items, kind of like the soap, the tooth powder. They're a little bit more expensive, but when you're not buying as many things, it makes it a little bit easier to afford. It makes it a little bit more budget friendly. So that's everything. I hope you guys like this video. If you have any questions, any comments, leave them down below, and I will talk to you guys again soon. Thanks so much for watching.